Baby, it is like, do you see the skin? Yeah, you see what I'm putting down. You see what I'm saying? Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl LaResa Eyvon, and I am back with another video for you guys. In today's video, we are going to be trying out some new, to me, makeup products. Your girl hasn't really been trying all of the latest and greatest makeup products. If I'm being honest, in 2025, I took some steps back from trying all of the new things so that I could really figure out what my skin liked, what worked consistently, and what I really felt like was worth me repurchasing. And that's what I did for most of 2025. But at the end of the day, the day's gotta end, okay? And I am just a girl, okay? So at the top of 2026, there were some products that I saw that just made my antennas go up, made my spidey senses start to tingle. And so I picked those products up, and I just wanted to make a video today to share them with you guys. One, because I honestly haven't shared beauty or makeup on this channel in a while, and so I don't want it to get lost in the shuffle. Your girl still is a makeup lover. I am a beauty enthusiast. I love all things makeup and skincare. And even when I'm not trying all of the new things, I am still putting that shit on. Do you see what I'm saying? So I am going to be sharing some new to me products with you guys in today's video. And if you are interested in seeing what those products are, then just keep on watching. So I already have my brows done. Shout out to Anju, my brow lady. I get my eyebrows threaded. Honey, I looked at my text messages and I hadn't had my eyebrows done since November the 1st. You do the math, sis. That is 3 months with some bushy brows, looking crazy out here in these streets. But she got my brows together. We are looking like a human again, okay? And then I already have my foundation on. I did use the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, and it is one of my absolute favorite foundations. If you all want to see a video on what my favorite makeup products are, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll be happy to do that for you guys. Let's go ahead and get into one of the new products that I am going to be showing you guys today. So I haven't done my concealer just yet, and that is because one of the new products that I'm going to be showing you guys is the HUDA Beauty. This is the Easy Bake Pressed Airbrush Matte Pressed Powder, honey. And I got the shade Kunafa Blondie. Now, I will go ahead and say that I already know that I love the Easy Bake Powder. I don't know that I ever showed you guys this in a video last year. But the HUDA Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Ube Birthday Cake is my absolute favorite under eye setting powder. And I'm just gonna go ahead and show you all the shade of that. It's like a really pretty purple. But if you are like my complexion, maybe a little bit lighter, maybe a hair darker, this like neutralizes under your eye. Like it's not gonna show up as purple as it looks. And I loved it so much that I picked up the same powder in the shade Blondie. Now this was right before she launched and released the pressed powder version. I love the Ube Birthday Cake so much that I was like, I just want to see what it looks like in like a shade that is more my skin tone. So I picked up the Blondie, and then lo and behold, like 3 weeks later, honey, she done released the pressed powder version, and the girls online have been ranting and raving about it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was influenced to pick her up. So that is what we are going to use under our eye today. But this is the powder. This is the packaging. It is in the shade Kunafa Blondie. What I like about this shade is it's not as yellow as Kunafa. So this powder has been out for a really long time. If you've ever seen the shade Kunafa, a lot of black women that are my complexion or a little bit darker use the shade Kunafa because it is a very vibrant, like a golden yellow. And I just felt like it was a little too yellow for me, for my under eye. So I love the fact that she came out with Kunafa Blondie, because in my mind that means that it's like a mix of Kunafa and Blondie, and so it's not going to be as yellow, but it may not be as light as Blondie. So this is what the shade Kunafa Blondie looks like. And that is what we're going to be using today to set our under eye. And today I'm going to be using my Saie Beauty Concealer in the shade 16. And that is what she looks like right there. This is my favorite concealer. Again, if you want to see a video of me talking about all of my makeup favorites, just let me know, because honey, a lot has changed, but I will say that I've been using most of this stuff for like at least a year, and so she's tried and true, honey. You know what I'm saying? So we have our concealer on, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Huda Beauty powder. Now with my loose powder, I typically use a fluffy brush. But since this is a pressed powder and it's already kind of packed in, so I'm gonna use this Real Techniques setting brush. I'm essentially just gonna tap my brush in. Make sure it's picking up some product. I'm gonna knock off that excess, and then we're just gonna press that into our under eye. When you are setting your under eye concealer, you wanna make sure you are not just like swiping it on. You want to make sure you're like pressing it in. Like, even if it looks like I'm swiping, I promise you I'm not. I'm literally just dabbing, because we want to set the product. We're not trying to move the concealer around. Okay, we got the concealer where we want her. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we didn't spend all that time blending out the concealer for it to go away. And I always try to look up so that I can get in the creases. And I'm using this powder everywhere that I used concealer. So down the bridge of my nose. And on my chin. Y'all haven't done a makeup video in so long, so apologies if this looks crazy as hell. But we're gonna keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can only get better. Like, when you're doing something again for the first time, it's like you can't get any worse. So it's only up from here. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a bit. Not too much. I don't think this looks bad at all. I feel like she definitely gave me a mattified look under the eye. I do feel like she is a little bit more mattifying than the loose powder, and that's likely because she is pressed. And so it's just in there. You know what I'm saying? It's packed up in there. But I don't mind it. I don't think it looks too bad. I wonder if it would look differently had I used my fluffier brush. But we're here now. Okay, so the next new product that we are going to be trying out are these e.l.f. Sheer For It Blush Tints. And this is what they look like. So the first shade that I have is Orange Crush. And it's just this beautiful, like, orangey shade. Next up, we have this beautiful plum shade, and it's called Plums Up. And then last but not least, we have the shade Cherry Cola. Now, I picked these up because I absolutely love the Milk makeup. I think they're like the jelly, like the sheer tint blushes. I'm not going to go get it because that's not what this video is about. But I absolutely love those. And when I saw the e.l.f. ones, I was like, is this kind of like a dupe to this, or will it perform similarly? So I was just intrigued. Again, my spidey senses were telling me to go on ahead and pick it up and give it a try. And so that's what I did. I think for the look that I'm going for today, we are going to use the shade Cherry Cola. So let's pop her out of the packaging. And that's what she looks like out of the bottle. I will say this is very liquidy. Like, you don't want to knock this over because I do feel like it would cause a scene, okay? This is my blush brush. This is by Smashbox. Because this is a tint, I do want to go ahead and like get it going. I don't want her to dry in the little dots that I put it on with. It is very much giving sheer tint, like barely there. I do wonder if it's going to act again similarly to the Milk makeup, the jelly, the Cool and Jelly blushes. I feel like those kind of warm up on your skin. Like the longer you wear them, the more pigmented they become. I don't really know if it's like a pH thing. I have no idea. But that technology, I do wonder if this is going to perform similarly. But with that being said, I feel like it's not enough. So we're going to add another layer. So this is layer number 2. Very sheer, but we gonna move forward. Now, what I will say is she is giving very sheer, very barely there, very lightweight. So if you're not a blush girly, which I am, I do think this would work really well for you. I am going to set this like I would any other liquid blush, and I'm just going to go in with a shade that is like similar to this color. I'm going to be using this palette, and I'll be using this shade right here. Okay. So we're gonna go in with that. So I'm just gonna tap a little bit on this brush. Now this is pigmented, okay? Baby, this is giving sheer wear, okay? She's pigmented. So let's, just gonna press that in. So this is the blush on. Again, I did set it with a powder blush, but that's a step that I would do normally anyway. So I think the only thing I have left to do is add my highlighter, because the last 2 products that I'm going to be showing you guys are some setting sprays. So I will be right back. All right, we are back. I have my highlighter on, and I have the base of my lip on as well. So let's get into the final 2 new products that your girl picked up. The first one is the Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. This is technically going to be my second setting spray that I'm using today. The first one I used is the NARS Light Reflecting Setting Spray. If you have never tried the NARS foundation and the NARS setting spray together, you are definitely missing out. Now this is a mattifying setting spray, and I want to use this to lock that makeup in and give me that blurring skin, but it is very mattifying. And I think I've told you all, I think in my last video I told you guys, which if you haven't watched my skincare routine, like my updated skincare routine for girls in their 40s, definitely go and check that video out. But in that video I said that I am a dry skin girly. This is a mattifying setting spray. So it blurs, but it does mattify. But she's so good, guys. Like the finish on this, whew. Now the instructions tell you to shake it up. It does sound like a spray paint can when you're shaking it up, but here we go. Then it also tells you to release a spray, so get over there, girl. And then you can go ahead and set your face with the setting spray. So we're gonna do that now. Good Lord. I ain't never choked on the setting spray before. I do like to go in with my powder brush and just press this into my skin. And then I'm going to let this set for a second, and then we're going to go in with this Saie Beauty. This is the Saie Beauty CitySet Lightweight Setting Spray. I have really come to love Saie Beauty products, like their concealer. I use their liquid bronzer. I have one of their setting powders. I also have one of their highlighters, their blushes. Like Saie Beauty has really just become a staple in my makeup routine. So when I saw that they came out with a setting spray, I just knew I wanted to give it a try, and here we are. And this setting spray, I want to say, is supposed to give you more of a dewy finish, like it's not a mattifying finish. So I like to use this right over top of the Danessa Myricks to kind of take away some of that mattification, like, and take away that powdery look that may be left behind from all of the different powders that I've used. So I feel like this has set for long enough. We're gonna go ahead and use the Saie Beauty setting spray. Now, I personally always just give my setting sprays a first miss because I don't need all that just coming out, you know, TMI. No, but I really don't need all of that just spraying onto my face. It can really alter your makeup look, especially if it comes out chunky, which this one does not. But I always do it no matter what. Here we go. And again, I'm gonna go in with my powder brush and just press that into my skin. Let me hop off of here and like pull myself all the way together, and I'll come back with my final thoughts. All right, y'all, I am back, and this is the finished makeup look with me all pulled together. I absolutely love the products that I tried out today. So to me, the Huda pressed powder essentially works like the loose powder. I will say I still love my shade Ube Birthday Cake above all other shades, but I do feel like this has like a time and a place. Like if you're traveling and you really don't want to carry a loose powder, because we all know that anything can happen, I think this would be like a good option for traveling, or if you just don't feel like fussing with a loose powder. Or if you don't really like loose powders and you find it easier to use pressed powders, this is a very good powder. It's essentially the same. It's pretty much the pressed powder version of the loose powder. So I didn't really feel like I wouldn't like it, but at the same time, I wanted to try it out because, like I said, I am just a girl. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in the market for a new under eye setting powder and you really don't like loose setting powders, I would highly recommend the Huda Easy Bake Pressed Powder. She's really good. I like her. I don't think my under eyes look crazy or anything. So, yeah, I really like that. The blush. I'm only going to show the blush shade that I used. This is the Sheer For It blush tint by e.l.f. I used the shade Cherry Cola. I do feel like the longer I've had it on, I do feel like it has kind of activated, if you will. So in that respect, I do feel like it is similar to the Milk Makeup, the jelly, the cooling jelly blushes. I do feel like I can see her a little bit more on my skin. Now, I didn't go ham with it, but again, it's also just a sheer tint. I do feel like I could build it up if I really, really wanted to. But I don't really know. If I really wanted something that packed more of a punch, like a pigment punch, I'd probably just use a different blush altogether. But for like an everyday blush, or if you're not really a blush girl, I think that this would be perfect for you because it's there, but it's not really there. Like it's barely there, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't gonna do too much. It won't have you looking like a clown out here. If I didn't set it with a powder, I really don't even feel like it would be as pigmented as it is. So I do really like those blushes. I can't wait to use the other two shades. And then as far as the setting sprays, I'm not gonna hold you all. I already knew that I love this combo. I've already tried it out. And then when I add the NARS on, like to that cocktail, baby, it is like, do you see the skin? Yeah, you see what I'm putting down. You see what I'm saying? I really love the setting sprays. I like the Danessa Myricks because even though it is a mattifying setting spray, I do feel like it does a really great job of just blurring the skin out. The light reflecting setting spray does exactly what it says. It's gonna kind of give you not really a glow, but like a sheen, like a lit from within sheen. So I really like that about the NARS setting spray. Then you kind of blur the skin out with the Danessa Myricks, and then this just adds just enough of that dew back into your skin from where that mattifying setting spray kind of takes that away. It's like it doesn't overdo it. It doesn't cancel out the blurring effects and all of that of the Danessa Myricks, but it just like refreshes it almost. You know how like as the day goes on and your makeup starts to look older and you can just, all the little setting sprays are like, just reapply. This gives me that freshly reapplied, I just sprayed my face down, you know, and did my makeup type of vibe. So I really like all of the new products that I used in today's video. Let me know if you've tried any of these products for yourselves, and let me know down below which product that was. If you would like to know what my current makeup favorites are, you can also let me know that down in the comments as well. I'd be happy to do that video for you guys. Like I said earlier in the video, I have spent pretty much all of 2025 just really figuring out what works for me, what I love, what always like stands the test of time, it's consistent and all of the things. And I really wasn't trying a whole lot of new products. Like the 2 foundations that I use pretty much all 2025, I've been using for probably the last, I'd say 2, 3, maybe even 4 years. You see what I'm saying? So if you would like to see a video about all of my makeup favorites, just let me know and I will do that for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and push the button, sis. Go ahead and join the family. We have a good time around here. So if you want to join in on the fun, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video from me. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.